Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, Colgan Bickey, and today we're going to talk about why if you've been working harder than ever to build a better future, but still feel like your happiness is always one goal away, then it is absolutely crucial for you to stop believing that your life only starts once you get there, and instead just really start to learn not only how to continue working towards the life you want, but how to then properly enjoy the life you are currently living from here on out. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to just truly working as hard as you can to build a better future, but still feeling like your happiness is always one goal away, this is something that so many of us are going through, even including myself from time to time. Because not only do we obsess over the destination, over the goal, and we forget to live in the present, but we always look at our lives as something that we just have to get through instead of something that we have to live in, right? When you're working on something that big, you're never focusing on what you do on a day-to-day basis. You're focusing on what it's getting you, if it's getting you closer to the goal. And when you focus so much on that destination and you forget to live in the present, you're going to remain stagnant. You're going to lose that happiness. You're going to lose that momentum. You're going to lose that motivation and that confidence, because that's exactly what it was doing with me. It was destroying my life, when in all reality, I was trying to change it, all because I would constantly sit there and think my life started once I got to the goal, instead of not only learning how to continue working towards the life that I wanted, but how to then properly enjoy the life that I was currently living in from here on out. Because you see, back when I first moved to Florida and away from the city, working as hard as I could, but always attaching my happiness to the next goal or to the next milestone was something that I was doing every single day. Whether it was through habits, whether it was through my mentality, the podcast, content creation, my 9 to 5, whatever it might be, I would constantly sit there and I would always look at the next thing, and I would never look at the progress I've made. I have went through so much. I got out of the city. I started a podcast. I started to do content creation. I started to educate myself, but I never took the time to view that. And because of that, I got burnt out. I started to lose confidence. I started to lose motivation, and it started to destroy my life. I started to look so much towards the future, towards the destination, that I forgot to live in the life that I was currently in. I started to have moments fly by, opportunities fly by, because I was so focused on the work itself. And once I finally started to realize that your life is built by the choices you make today, not the goals you reach tomorrow, everything changed. Everything started to click. I started to find that happiness again. I started to enjoy the little things. And most importantly, I started to enjoy the journey, because without the journey, there is no destination. So, in order to make these things real, in order to break out of the cycles, you have to start focusing on the journey itself. You have to focus on the happiness with what you're trying to achieve instead of that goal. Because when it comes to just truly working hard, but constantly attaching your happiness to that next destination, this is something that is just genuinely not going to do anything but keep you stagnant and constantly have you feeling unfulfilled. Because at the end of the day, until you start to appreciate who you are and what you have now, you are never going to appreciate what you can achieve later. Because if you really think about it, once you reach that goal, the only thing that really is going to change is your surroundings. Maybe you get a little bit more money. Maybe you can buy a house. Maybe you can buy a car. Maybe you can take care of family members. But your core values, you as a person, is going to stay the same. And if you can't appreciate who you are now and what you have now, you are not going to be able to do it later. Your future is not built by the new chapters, but by the current chapter you are in, the one where you're working towards the goal, the one where you're doing the 9 to 5, you're coming home, you're still going to the gym, you're still putting out content, you're still making YouTube videos, you're still working on the business, doing the podcast, whatever it might be. The chapter you are in now is what is building your life, not the next one, right? A lot of us, we miss the best moments in our life because the best moments are through the journey, not the destination. It's when you get there. It's when you're trying to get there. The people you meet, the experience you have, the education you learn. Because once you get to that destination, everything's good, but you're always going to want more. So start finding the real happiness in the journey. Start appreciating who you are and what you have now, because once you do that, you are then truly going to start to appreciate it once you make it real later on. So, if you genuinely want to start to work hard while still finding that happiness within the journey, understanding that you have to stop thinking that your life only starts once you get there genuinely is so important. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that it isn't going to do anything but destroy your happiness, keep you stagnant, keep you stuck, and have it destroy your confidence and motivation, I genuinely do mean it. Because as you see with me, that's exactly what had happened until I not only started to learn how to continue to work towards the life that I was trying to build, but how to then properly enjoy the life that I was currently living in from here on out. So, moving forward, instead of just waking up every single day, attaching your happiness to that next big thing, working hard, but still not feeling fulfilled, go ahead and take action. Make the change. Start living your life like it's happening now because it is. The chapter you are in is what's going to get you towards that destination, not the destination itself. Start enjoying the little things, start enjoying the journey. When it comes to your progress, start viewing progress and realizing that you're making these things happen. Don't attach it to that one goal. When you wake up on a tough day, when you go to the gym when you don't want to, when you see a little bit of growth, start rewarding yourself from it. Be graceful, be thankful for it. Because if you're just focused on that giant change, that drastic measure, that one big destination, you're never going to appreciate the little things. And the third and most important is start making memories while you build. This is something that I messed up in my early 20s because I just thought I had to work, work, work. And before you know it, I'm about to be 23. Enjoy life while you can. It's great to work hard. It's great to strive for your dreams, but it's not good to sacrifice your present for that. You have to enjoy life because you are never going to be 18 again. You're never going to be 21. You're never going to be 25 again. So enjoy it while you can. Make the memories while you're working hard. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that you can do both and still find the happiness in these things, I genuinely do mean it. You just first have to stop thinking that your life starts only when you get there, and instead just really start to learn not only how to continue working towards the life you want, but how to then properly enjoy the life you're currently living in from here on out. But with that said, today's quote is by Sean Anker. He once said, "Happiness is a mindset for your journey, not the result of your destination." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowden Podcast.